Hello everybody, Legend for Life here bringing us a brand new video, and today we are talking about the brand new Lyrilusc support. Now, Lyrilusc is a deck that I've always been a pretty big fan of. I love the deck. It's a lot of fun to play around with. It's basically harpies, except they're adorable. Oh god, the deck is awesome. I love it. It has an interesting, unique playstyle, focusing on rank 1s and stuff with a crap ton of materials on them. If you guys don't know how Lyrilusc play, basically you want to try and make assembling Nightingale, who basically is capable of attacking equal to number of times it has material, and then also it gains like 200 attack for every material on it. So the ideal way is that you get her to like 1,000 attack, so you can attack 5 times directly, and then you try and like just game your opponent that way. Now, granted, the deck also has some interesting control things, like for instance, assembling Nightingale has a really cool effect where you can detach a material from her and basically make it so that all your dudes cannot be destroyed. Yeah, by battle or card effects, you take no battle damage. So the deck has some really interesting playstyles and gimmicks, but as you can see on YgoAmino here, or Ygopro, they're very small. There's only 6 cards. 3 main deck monsters, 3 extra deck monsters, 2 of which are XYZs, and then you also got the fusion that you can't even really properly, like, it's very hard to incorporate it into the deck, but it's kind of worth it to an extent. The thing is pretty scary. I mean, it's okay, but like I want to try and I'm trying to be nice here. It's kind of scary in that it's unaffected by everything and it can get super beefy, but like other than that, it's just not very easy to get to a good point at that. But however, the main deck monsters are all pretty good, and yeah, that's just about it. The deck is really missing out on having more support, and Konami is fixing that. I kind of wish they would have given the deck more main deck monsters, but instead we're getting 2 main deck, 2 XYZs, 1 spell, 1 trap. At least they finally have spells and traps. So first and foremost, let's talk about Lyrilusc Barrel Canary. Level 1 Wing Beast effect monster. Attack 0, defense 200. Wind Wing Beast. Absolutely adorable. Reminds me of a chicken. Oh god. You can only use the first effect of this card's name once per turn. If this card is in your hand, you can target one Lyrilusc monster in your graveyard, spell summon this card, and at target. But you cannot spell summon monsters for the rest of from the extract for the rest of this turn except XYZ monsters. A Wind XYZ monster that was summoned using this card on the field as exceeds material gains this effect. It gains 200 attack, also possession cannot be switched. So this is just another way to try and beef up assembling Nightingale. Assemble Nightingale is of course your main boss monster you want to try and summon because it can dish out the most amount of damage. So it effectively gives her 200 more in addition to the 200 she already gets for each material on her. So now she's going to get 400 from just having Canary on there, which is really nice. But however, I don't really get what the possession cannot switch thing. Like, are people running creature swap or something? I don't get it. It is nice, I guess, if your opponent summons Borreload, but it's not like the greatest thing in the world. Next up, we got Lyrilusc Celeste Wagtail, which is another adorable card. Oh my god, she's just cute. Everything about this deck is cute. And then we get to the hot ones. Wait, what did I say? Anyway, so Lyrilusc Celeste Wagtail is a level 1 Wing Beast effect monster. Attack 200, defense 0. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name once per turn. If this card is special summoned, you can add 1 Lyrilusc spell or trap card from your deck to your hand. If this card is in your graveyard, you can target 1 Lyrilusc XYZ's monster you control, attach this card to it as material. So these are both really good effects. The fact that you can search out any of your Lyrilusc spell or trap cards on its special summon is super duper handy. I really wish it was normal or special summon, but considering that this deck has multiple ways of summoning it is really nice. Turquoise Warbler allows you to special summon it very easily, being like a Cyber Dragon. You special summon her, and then you special summon another one. And then you got Sapphire Swallow, who, honestly, the biggest issue with Sapphire Swallow has always been there's not a lot of Lyrilusc monsters, so now we got more, so this is going to be very, very great. And then, of course, Cobalt Sparrow, but however, this one doesn't have, well, it doesn't have a special summoning effect either, so this is a very nice parallel to Cobalt Sparrow, because Cobalt Sparrow searches monsters, and then, of course, Celeste Wagtail searches the spells and traps. Okay. So, very good card all around, but however, this effect's going to be totally reliant on how good the spells and traps are, and I kind of remembered them being good. I've read this a few days ago, and it's been a while. So, anyways, next up, we got Lyrilusc, Assemblu Robin? Why do I call her Roblin? I don't know why they have blue, like the U in parentheses, but whatever. Rank 1, a Wing Beast, XYZ effect monster, attack 0, defense 0. Materials, 2 or more level 1 monsters. Gains 500 attack for each material to it. If your opponent special summons a monster, you can detach one material from this card and target one of those monsters, return it to the hand. If this card is in your graveyard, is sent to your graveyard... Sorry, if this card in your possession is sent to your graveyard by an opponent's card, you can target one other Lyrilusc monster in your graveyard, add it to your hand. This card is really good for the fact that it gives the deck a good going first card to summon, okay? One of the worst things about this deck has always been that really your best first turn play is making Recital Starling and then maybe making Assembled Nightingale. But you don't want to make Assembled Nightingale with only like 2 materials because, well, then you won't be able to do a bunch of damage. But Assembled Nightingale also has that really good effect of basically turning everything into Waboku and making it so you don't take any battle damage and it can't be destroyed by battle or card effects. But Recital Starling also lets you search out a dude. So it's very... You never really had a good going first card. This one, though, is wonderful, okay? For one thing, it's not once per turn. This card, if your opponent just special summons, you can detach material, target one of those monsters, return it to the hand. Oh, your opponent special summons a whatever, I don't know, a link monster, okay, effect, detach, bounce. They try to summon another monster, okay, effect, detach, bounce. This card is really good and gives the deck a very powerful going first play. If you just make it with the bare minimum materials, you're going to get 2 bounces. And unless your opponent has Regeki or like a Lightning Storm or something, or some other way of removing it without summoning a monster, or, you know, Kaiju's it or something, then, well, your opponent's going to have to get through 2 summons in order to get rid of this afterwards. And then when they do, you get a card back. That is absolutely wonderful. I really like this card all around. Very, very helpful for the archetype. And I like it how it doesn't just completely replace the boss monster. I hate it when Konami just says, hey, you know this boss monster that you guys liked? Hey, here's a better card that you just want to make you forget about all of that old boss monster. Next up, we got Lyrilusc Prom Thrush, which I love this artwork. She looks like Ruri. She really does. I think that's her name, Shun's little sister. She looks like her. Oh, God. I love it whenever you get a card that looks like a card from the person from the anime. Anyway, she's on rank 1, Wing Beast effect monster, XYZ, obviously, attack 0, defense 0, 2 or more materials, well, 2 or more level 1 monsters. Gains 500 attack for each material to it. Once per turn, you can detach one material from this card and target one spell or trap card your opponent controls. Shuffle it into the deck. That's just mean, and I love it. Just getting rid of a card for detaching. Very good effect right there. I really wish it was a quick effect. It would be very helpful, but hey, getting rid of back row is very nice. At the start of the damage step, if another one of your monsters battles, you can detach any number of materials from this card. Your battling monster gains 300 attack for each material detached until the end of this turn. That is nice as well. It's another attack buff, which is, well, what the deck is all about. Ideally, if like you detach 2 or more, that's an additional 600 attack on Assembled Nightingale, and it all just builds up, especially since Assembled Nightingale, well, can attack a crap ton of times. So this is a very decent card all around. I feel like out of all of this is probably going to be the card played the least of, in terms of like you'd probably play 1 copy just to be able to get rid of back row. If it had another effect to where like, oh, if it gets destroyed, you can grab another card from your graveyard, that would be really nice. Or maybe recur your spells or traps, kind of like how this one can return your monsters. But beggars can't be choosers. So good card all around. Probably only a 1 of, realistically though. Next up, we got Lyrilusc Bird Sanctuary, a continuous spell card. Kind of wish it was a field spell, just because then, well, you know, terraforming. Cool artwork. I believe that is Assembled Nightingale using her effect. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name once per turn. You can target 2 Wing Beast XYZ monsters you control, attach one of them and all material attached to it to the other as material. So this is really nice because, oh hey, use Prom Thrush's effect, and then, okay, main phase 2, attach this to another monster. If you control an Xyz material with 3 or more material, you can draw 1 card. So if you control an Xyz monster of 3 or more material, you can just once per turn draw a card. This is really helpful because the deck burns through its resources so fast, it's kind of ridiculous. So being able to just draw a card once a turn for free is really, really, really handy. I kind of wish you could have multiples of these out and get multiple draws, but hey, again, beggars can't be choosers. Very good card all around, and is something that will definitely help out Lyrilusc for what they want to do. Next up, we got Lyrilusc, Birds of a Feather. Flock together. Trap card, we are... the URL up here. We are so screwed. I love it when YgoAmino has a sense of humor. So you can only use the first and second effect of this card's name once per turn each, and it's a normal trap card. First effect, target one Lyrilusc monster you control. Change the attack of all face-up monsters your opponent currently controls to that targets. Also, their levels and ranks become 1. I like that just because you can just get rid of a lot of your opponent's monsters, make them very weak. And it doesn't have to be an XC, so you can totally target something with 0 attack, like, I don't know, good old Barrel Canary. That's mean, I like that. When an opponent's monster declares an attack on your Lyrilusc monster, you can banish this card from your graveyard. Your battling monster's attack becomes the same as that opponent's monster's until the end of this turn. So this card is very offensive when you want to use it, and then it's defensive in your graveyard. I like that. However, I do feel like that the effect is a bit underwhelming. I don't really get where the whole, oh hey, the attack becomes the same as the opponent's monster's thing comes into play. The best way I can kind of explain it is that, okay, so your opponent attacks your assembled Nightingale, you use her effect to make it so that all your Lyrilusc cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects, and you take no damage. Then while you chain this effect to make your assembled Nightingale's attack become the same attack as the monster attacking it, so that now your opponent's monster gets destroyed and your monster is fine. That's the best way I can think of it, but however, I really wish this card did something else. it just doesn't seem particularly all that great. I do like it. I think this card is definitely maybe 1 or 2 of, and it reminds me a lot of one of Shun cards for Raid Raptors, which was let's see here, Raid Raptors Nest, I believe. No, not Nest. There it is, Readiness. Yeah, it reminds me a lot of Readiness for some reason. Probably due to its how Readiness. Oh, hey, it makes your monsters can't be destroyed by battle, and then if it's in your graveyard, you can banish it. You take no damage that turn. It's basically kind of doing the same idea, and it does remind me of it, but obviously it's not a direct one-to-one comparison. So overall, the new Lyrilusc cards I feel like are great. The main deck monsters are the biggest boon to this deck, along with, of course, Robin, because Robin gives the deck much needed first turn plays. And of course the main deck monsters, this deck only had 3. Anything is better than 3. So I'm glad about that. Prom Thrush is definitely a good card, but I feel like she's maybe a 1 of at best. Bird Sanctuary, I can totally see playing 2 to 3 of in a Lyrilusc deck, especially since this card is going to be very handy, netting you free draws and everything for the deck. I do feel like maybe, though, I don't know, I can see why some people would maybe play 1 of it or 2 of it, but considering how much back removal is, I feel like 3 is probably best. Birds of a Feather, I feel like I really got to actually test to see how good it is in theory, or rather in practice, because in theory it sounds nice, but I wonder how good it is in practice, and got to sit down and mess around with it. So that's just my initial thoughts on these. What do you guys think about the new Lyrilusc support? And I'm loving this. I want to see what they got for good old Speedroids in this same set. And it's going to be interesting to see, because we got these and then also Sherry's stuff revealed. And I don't know why they revealed both of them at the same time when, like, we still don't know anything about freaking, what is it? Oh yeah, it's Speedroids. Why did I forget for a second here? Oh, hey, what is this? What is this? Legendary Monsters Pack. Huh. Are these... The Legendary Monsters Pack will include... Oh. Oh, okay, so these are upgraded versions of old monsters? Okay, Mystical Elf, Mystical Burst Stream. Wait, that doesn't look like Mystical Elf. That's like Mahaval. Oh, okay, that's Mystical Elf. Oh, with blue eyes behind her. Okay. Kaiser Glider, Golden Burst, and Guilty D Knight Soul Spear. Cool. Cool. I don't know what's going on with this, but I like it. Okay, so anyways, what do you guys think? Thank you all for watching. Have a great day. If it's your birthday, happy birthday. Rate, comment, and subscribe, and peace out. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please do consider rating, commenting, and subscribing. Sharing the video helps as well. If you especially really like it, please do consider being a channel member. Every little bit helps out. And hey, also why not check me out on my other social media pages. Thank you, and have a great day.